Gérard Alfonsi is attached to the bit of chestnut forest he owns. His ancestors are all buried here near the village of Piombetta, and this is where he wants to spend his old age. It could all be so wonderful if it weren't for the animals. Goats, cows, and even pigs wander freely through Alfonsi's garden.
In the old days, they built walls here to protect the trees. This is where the wall was. But the pigs have rooted around here, destroying the wall and digging up the roots of the tree. Now the roots are exposed.
The former forester belongs to a group of retirees who have returned to Piombetta, their home village on Corsica, after living elsewhere for decades. While they were away, they say, local farmers simply took over their gardens. The farmers want grazing land for their animals and EU subsidies.
The more animals a farmer has, the greater the subsidies he gets. And to maintain the animals, he needs land for grazing.
This is our land. The farmers simply tell the EU, we have a few hectares here and we own a few hectares there, but this is our property.
Goat herd Ange-Paul Alfonsi has lived in Piombetta for more than 40 years. He can't imagine fencing in his goats. As far back as he can remember, domestic animals have always been free to wander in Piombetta.
It's good for them to get out. They can eat the weeds and move about freely.
The pensioners want the court to enforce their rights. They've already got a judgment against the village that says it should provide this fenced-in meadow for the animals. But how can the retirees make the animals go there? The mayor refuses to use the police. The pensioners say he's on the farmers' side.
If you turn this water faucet on, nothing happens. Let's follow the hose. See? This is the hose that's meant to bring the water.
The retirees' court records fill a whole cabinet in the town hall. The legal battle has cost the town thousands of euros. The mayor hasn't been able to solve the problem. He says the retirees who have returned here just want to dominate Piombetta.
It's not true what they say. There's nothing to ruin on their property. They don't cultivate anything. They spend years pursuing their careers on the mainland, and now they're all upset about a few trees they never took care of anyway for the last 60 years.
With the mayor showing so little understanding, Gérard Alfonsi feels entitled to resort to drastic measures. When animals wander onto his property, he shoots them. He's been doing that for years.
It must have been about 40 pigs, and also about a dozen cows. There were a few bulls, too.
When Ange-Paul Alfonsi hears of this, he calls it brutality and says at some point the farmers will have to defend themselves. The loss of their livestock costs them a lot of money.
It breaks my heart to slaughter a goat. And these people shoot at animals as if they were cardboard targets.
The pensioners are calling for law and order. They want every cow, goat, and pig behind a fence. What they apparently haven't considered is that free-range farm animals have long been part of Piombetta's charm.